Hello, peoples! It's his little Cherie, and I'm making this little video because I had a bit of an epiphany this morning. I was wrestling with what to do in a certain situation. I really didn't know what the right thing to do was, and one of the good things about having an unreliable brain is that I've realized that I'm not going to be able to figure things out. I need divine inspiration. And so I prayed about it. And when I did, this thing just came out of my mouth. I started talking to myself, but I was aware that there was someone else involved as well. It was a moment of clarity, and I found myself saying, you know, usually the right thing to do is the hard thing to do. And suddenly I remembered that episode of Seinfeld where George decides to do the opposite of everything he would normally do. And it all works out amazing. Every time he does that, he's shocked and surprised because it doesn't feel like the right thing to him. It's the opposite of what he would normally do. But then, everything just turns out amazing. And it's really funny, but I realized that I normally do the easy thing. That's my default. I take the path of least resistance. I always try to find a way to self-protect myself, to self-protect. And by doing that, I actually, most of the time, choose the thing that isn't healthy for me or other people in my life. It's a broken, dysfunctional way of being, this default to whatever's easiest. And so I think that maybe I need to do what George did, guided by the Spirit of God, to be able to choose what's hard instead of what's easy. And often I think that will be healthier choices, because my dysfunctional desire to protect myself at all costs, to take the information that I have and make a decision based on what's going to be easiest for me, is not necessarily what's going to be best for me or anyone else. So I'm going to try to let the Spirit of God help me to get used to different, get used to choosing the hard thing. Yeah. And maybe I'll be surprised, like George was, at how things turn out. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, thanks for listening.